thank you all so much for coming. I mean, wow, this is just amazing. And to have all your support means the absolute world to me. You know, the first question that I'm usually asked about this book is, what inspired you? What made you write this book? And to be honest, it's not what you would think. Yes, my husband did commit suicide. Yes, I did have a lot of struggles, but that's not what inspired me to write the book. What inspired me was all of you, and it was the questions, and seeing that so many of us have the same exact desire. And for me, that desire is we want to be happy. I mean, I did. I wanted happiness so bad. I did anything possible that I could do to create it. And that was actually where I was falling short, because I thought I could make myself happy. And I did that by following rules, by trying to be a good person, by trying to be a good wife. I made everybody happy. I worked at pleasing everyone I came in contact with. And no matter what I did, I fell short because I wasn't happy. And I had this, I grew up with this belief that if you follow the rules, if you go to church, if you're a good Christian, or if you do your best, you're going to please God, you're going to make Him happy, and then ultimately your life will be fulfilling. I mean, I think a lot of people can relate to that. I really do. I don't think that's out of the ordinary. And for me, that with the book's title, Why Do I Still Hurt? It was a question that I asked for years. And I asked that to God, actually. I said, okay, if you really love me so much, why is my life so hard? Why, no matter how hard I try, why do I still fail? Why is my marriage a struggle every day? Why do I want to scream at my kids in the morning when I wake up? Why can I never get a handle on my finances? Why is everything just a struggle? I mean, how can you really love me and care about me and not help me? And that was where I was for years. And regardless of feeling that way, I still put my faith in God. And then my husband committed suicide. And for me, that was the final blow, because he was somebody that I put everything into. I put everything into my marriage. I put everything into my family. I loved him very much. He was my best friend. We went to high school together. And to be quite honest, my depression went so deep after Tommy's suicide, I was suicidal myself. If it wasn't for my children, and I can honestly say Caden and Aniston pulled me out of it, I don't think I would be here today. So I can tell you, if you're having a hard time or if you're struggling with something, I promise you I've been there and I know how that feels. And I don't take that lightly. But I do know that at that point where you're so desperate and you have no place to go, there's only one place to look, and it's up. Either that or you quit. And I don't know, but most of us have children, we have friends, we have family. We can't afford to quit. I couldn't afford to quit. Tommy quit. And as much as I love him, his quitting almost killed me. And I couldn't do that to somebody else. And that's what birthed this book. Because this was my beginning of finding the answers that I had been looking for so long. And I'll tell you where it started. In the midst of my deepest depressions, when I was suicidal, when I really couldn't get out of bed, when I was lucky to be able to fix my child's hair in the morning or get him dressed or take him to school. Amongst all those deeply depressing thoughts that I had, on occasion I would have something encouraging come up. And I don't know where it came from, because it didn't come from me. Nothing encouraging was coming from me. I was hopeless. I had no hope. But every once in a while I would have this, and it was just a feeling, Kerie, hold on. If you'll hold on just a little longer, we're going to make it. It'll be better than you've ever dreamed if you just hold on. Have faith in me. Trust me. I'm going to get you through this. And that was the beginning of my realizing that, wait a second, my thoughts are at war with one another. I'm negative, but there's something positive here. There's something positive holding on to me. And I was at the point where I just had to grab on because I had nothing else to hold on to. I was so desperate. And as I began to hold on to this, a relationship formed, and it grew. And that's what I write about, because I don't think we're taught this. We're taught to have faith, and we're taught to believe in God, or we're taught how we should believe in God, or how we need to live our life, or, what rules we need to follow. Have faith, surrender, trust, let go, forgive, How the heck do you forgive? When somebody abandons you and your children, how do you forgive? How do you let go? And that's where I was. And I had gone to therapy, and I had gone to church, and I'm not saying anything negative about those venues. I do go to church today. I have faith in therapists. But for me, it wasn't working at the time because nobody understood what I was going through. Nobody could relate. He wasn't coming home. I've said that a million times. How hopeless can you feel when everything you want is gone? Everything you've worked for is gone. I had no money. I had no insurance. I had a mortgage. I had a very low-paying job. I had 2 children, and I did not have the strength to get up the next morning and take care of them. And I was completely lost. I don't know about any of you, but if you're there, there is hope. And that's what we don't realize. We don't know how to find the hope. And I wasn't taught how to have the faith, how to surrender, how to have hope. I didn't know how to trust. And that's what this book is about. This is my journey. This is how I found those things. This is how I learned how to grasp a hold of that relationship and let it direct my life. And people have asked me for the last 5 years, how did you do it? I mean, I did. I had 2 small children. I packed up my bags. I moved to New York, and I started over. And I promise you, that was not easy. It was all faith, and it was all a part of this journey, and it was part of what I teach about. But the process led me to the life that I have today. And what people don't realize is that the life that I have is not what I created. I would have created something totally different because I would have reacted on my fear. I would have answered into, no, you can't do this. Are you crazy? You have no money. You can't go take your kids to New York. You can't leave your family. I would have listened to every single one of those logical emotions and logical thoughts that I had, and I would have sold myself short, and I would not have the life that I have today. Everything that I have was given to me. And I'll tell you, I have an amazing husband now. Not only is he amazing, he's caring and he's giving and he's supportive. He jokes. He really jokes when people say, how did you meet? He's like, oh, she moved here to find me. I did. I really did. I mean, he's a blessing. And what I really believe we miss out on is that God is trying to bless us every single day. It's not that he's not paying attention to us. We're not paying attention to him because we don't know how. We're busy following rules, and we're busy following this vision of what we think God is or what he wants us to be instead of allowing him to show us what he wants us to do and allowing him to help us. And that's hard because it's hard to let go, and it's hard to have faith, and it's hard to surrender, and it's hard to love people. That's what was missing in me because I just gave it all up. But as I learned to open myself up again and to trust that relationship is stronger than any relationship that I have. And when I have money struggles or when I have stress, it's a very natural process for me now to say, why am I worrying about this? It's all taken care of. It's been taken care of. And I will teach you the same thing. I really will. And, I used to say, and I used to tell people, they would ask me how I did this, what was special about me, and I always said, I'm not special. I'm not unique. I'm not. I changed I've gone back on that. I am special. I'm very, very, very special. I'm very blessed. I feel like God has his hands on everything that I do, and he leads me down every path that I need to go, and I'm successful because of that. And you know what? I'm no different than you. I'm special. You're special. Everyone. We just don't know it, and we don't believe it. And we need to fall in love with ourselves, and we need to trust ourselves. And that's my goal. And I really hope that this book can be inspiring. I hope that you can find your hope. I know that a lot of you are discouraged, and you're having a hard time, and there's so many things going on right now that make life difficult, and they really don't have to be. Every day is a new day. I know we've heard it. You start today. So I appreciate you guys coming.